Good evening everybody, welcome to Apex Racing TV as we continue our coverage of the BSR MX5 Winter Series. It comes to you tonight from the Snetterton circuit in the United Kingdom. Andrew Woodhouse here with Adam Bath and iRacing Pro Series champion Alex Simpson. And Adam, I'll bring you in first. It's a famous touring car circuit here in the county of Norfolk. And I know you like this circuit from the BTCC, and I do too. Some of the classic race meetings held over the years, such as the night racing for the first time in the touring cars, I think 1999, I think.
They did it, but they carried it on for quite a few years, didn't they? I was talking to Kip Stevens the other day about some of the touring car racing. The cars are on the grid, and yeah, we're racing on the 200 layout, pretty much the old layout, which they ran until 2011 before they added the 300s infield in. So should see quite a lot of slipstreaming, and we were just talking before we went on air about wonder if we'll see any crashes down the front or the back straight as well, because it isn't the widest circuit, this one.
Pretty sure we will. And Alex, I'll bring you in here, mate. It's a nice surprise addition we got to the iRacing service a month ago was Snetterton, and it brings 3 different layouts with their own unique challenges, and this one is the one that most fans will be familiar with in terms of at least people who've watched for British Motorsport for quite a few years. It's the older layout, as it were.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? They kept it quiet. I don't think anyone really knew. There was obviously years ago they were like, yeah, we signed it, but no one actually knew they were working on it. So yeah, pleasant little surprise. Like I say, a little short track. This should be a lot of fun. You know, this is kind of what the MX5 is really made for, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you can definitely right on that one, Alex. And George McClay, well, looks like the track's made for him as well. And Adam, he takes pole position.
Yeah, it is a track that's going to be all about the toe. Just saw people wishing Josh Thompson the best of luck. He is a one-man team, so this could be pretty interesting. He starts on the pole, then George McClay. Thompson second, then Johnny Brandon in third. Adam McNally in fourth. Then fifth, Kip Stevens. Fifth in the championship. No, he isn't. Forget about that. Kip Stevens fifth, Rizzo sixth, Hefford seventh, Vicarian eighth, Murray ninth. And Daniel McCauley starting in 10th. Perfect timing, here we go.
It was 10th in the championship, was Kip Stevens. And about ready for the start then. BSR MX5 Winter Series at Snetterton. The red lights are on. Now the green light is on. It's a good... Oh, Thompson with an awful start. That's the worst start of the season so far. Goes to Josh Thompson. Josh McClay into the lead. And now Johnny Brandon is in second place.
Hopefully we have no crashes through this first corner. There's someone running very wide. That's Nick McCarron. And he's nearly spinning across the track, and he's managed to get out of that somehow as we go into Coram.
It's back on. Not Coram, but it's okay.
Wrong track, yeah.
A wrong part of the track. It's at the end of the lap there. As one of the boosted cars goes off their car, 40's lead Berry's taken to the grass to go down the long Revit straight now. And we'll see if there's a battle for lead into Brundle, sorry. Oh, McNally. McNally throwing it in, and there's a contact, and McNally's around. He needs to get that one off the track. Do a 3-point turn, Adam. Don't wait there for everybody to come by.
Just sit and hope, really. I've had that before. It's a race where I was parked right in the middle of the track, just praying that everyone missed me. Obviously they didn't. But yeah, it looks like Adam McNally's been able to get away with that, as now they come into the final corner, which is Murray's.
And they went through Coram just before that as well, so you were correct in the end. Alex, what do you make of that one into Brundle then? Oh, spinner.
Yeah, who's that?
To that in a second. I think
it's Teddy Clark.
Teddy Clark.
Teddy Clark. Into the BSR MX5 series for what I believe is the first time. Lee
Berridge involved as well.
Yeah. They were close together on the track. I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Thompson passed Rizzo.
Actually, no, it didn't. So Clark came in through Coram, and he took a. You know what he did? He put a lot of curve coming through Murray's, but in the meantime, Max Wright had shoved Lee Berridge onto the grass, and Berridge collects his boosted teammate Adam Hedgecock. So I'm sure there'll be some words there. Alex, did you get it on the screen?
We saw sort of the aftermath of it. I'm afraid we didn't catch it all. But yeah, Rizzo just tapping Thompson there as well.
Yeah, that was what I was kicking off about just there.
Sorry, I had a very sideways for Rizzo there, but that was quite a big accident at the rear of the field.
Yeah, we're only one lap in, and he's just hit Lee Berridge. Did find that video very funny that was shared the other day on the Facebook.
Well, Berridge isn't going to be finding that very funny, though, must admit. That one. Coram, it's quite a tough corner, Adam, because you're constantly turning right. It's quite a fast corner as well. Then you've got to slow it down, make sure you're not still turning right while braking for Murray's. That's the key. And there's another spinner.
Thank you.
Is it? Yep.
Yeah, thank you around. Yeah, Coram's changed a bit over the years as well. It's become a really long right-hander.
Hedgecock and Nom and Hedgecock and Nom, basically, it was. Oh, no, it's just behind that, actually. It's Rotty and McCain. It's very similar looking cars, actually, Hedgecock and Nom.
Brian Holmes turned around at Montreal. Here comes everyone else. Try and avoid him, folks.
They spin, and somebody spins in front of them, and that's number 30. That's David Ayres.
And a boosted car.
Oh, the track is blocked.
Nicholas Rossi, you were just mentioning him. Alan McCain also in there.
Oh, Lee Berridge makes 7 positions. Lee Berridge. Did you see that?
He's just been passed by Lee Berridge.
Everyone's been passed by Lee Berridge. Alex, I wonder if you can find that one for
I'm going to get it on replay. Just watching the
Brian Holmes
collision.
I was destroyed.
Like Days of Thunder for old Berridge there, I'll tell you.
Old Berridge. And Cole Trickle. I think that's the name of the guy. Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder. Battle for 4th and 5th as well, while we look at the replay.
What did you find there, Alex? A lot of
Lee
mayhem.
just sort of. Well, yeah, there was a lot going on there, wasn't there? But Lee just finding the seas opening there, wasn't it? As partner of the seas there, really. Just like, thank you, coming through. Excuse me, coming through.
What started it all then? That?
With
I think
Brian Holmes and up the inside, I think, going into.
Was it McCain and Rutty? Was it, or was it Norman Hedgecock?
They arrived very late on the scene. I think it did start with Brian Holmes, I think.
Because I think when I was looking at those two battles, you had
it was
the TBR car of Nom and the orange boosted car of Hedgecock, and then you had the other TBR car of McCain and the brown boosted car of Rotty that looked almost identical. So I wasn't sure where I was looking for a while.
It all started off with Wright hitting Brian Holmes.
George McClay leads by 0.7 of a second. Johnny Brandon at the moment protecting him from Josh Thompson. I don't know about you, Alex. If I was on the track, I'd want protecting from Josh Thompson as well.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Brandon doing a good job of.
We are sorry, now. Josh.
He don't mind. He knows it's all in jest.
That's why we do it, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't care either. Through the first corner.
Oh, he takes a lot of curb, doesn't he? There as well, Thompson. Trying to get the run there.
It's Riches, isn't it, the first corner, Adam? I always
it
forget.
Is, yes.
Yeah, it's Riches, then Montreal, and then I don't know what the one's called going onto the
Bentley straight.
Onto the straight. Yeah, it's not even the Revit straight anymore. You see, that's showing my age. That is harking back to late 90s BTCC.
Maybe back to Toka Race Driver 1 or Toka 2 maybe.
Further back than that, yeah, Toka 2. Maybe further back than that. Steve Hefford having a look on Josh Thompson.
Also Smith very close to Dan Macaulay as well. Maybe shaping up for a little move here.
Now Smith needs a good meeting, Alex. I believe he had a shocker last week.
Yeah, it was an absolute shocker.
Had some good track selections here though. It doesn't look like it's too easy to overtake at the Snetterton circuit. So whoever picked the track list, Alex, I think has really excelled themselves this season. I think it's been brilliant.
Yep, it's fit the car perfect, or cars, should we say, because it's worked really well with the with the rallycross cars as well, hasn't
What's
it?
happened,
Where are you
Adam?
looking, Adam?
Johnny Brandon nearly was off into the wall on the exit of the final corner, and it's meant that Thompson's through into second place.
Yeah, he has lost P2. Might lose P3 to Steve Hefford as well. Hefford flings it into Riches at high speed. Now the Montreal hairpin. It's not the Montreal hairpin anymore, actually. It's called Wilson now. Justin Wilson, God rest him. But his memory, he does have a corner named after him.
Tragic, really.
It's an awful situation.
And through the accident, obviously, it really sparked the halo that we've got coming in this year in the F1. And of course, the new Indy car doesn't have one. You know,
really? Does it not?
It's going for the win.
Rizzo hits Brandon.
Oh.
Brandon flies across Brundle.
Well, he'll have no halo on him after that.
Oh dear. Well, yeah. He was over Brundle and Nelson. I think he'll be calling Admiral for an insurance claim on that one. Other insurance companies are available, of course.
I think that
none of them will insure this lot.
In the Battle of Hastings, that's coming up later. As they go through Coram here, too wide nearly in some places in this massive battle that includes Lorne Murray, Lawson Grant.
Big wide moment.
And Macaulay?
One of the Duff Beer cars, it was Daniel Macaulay. He's been doing too much of the rallycross, I think.
Yeah, basically IndyCar are doing the windscreen that Sebastian Vettel that made Sebastian Vettel dizzy.
I'd be happy with the windscreen. I think the windscreen's a better idea. What people were saying is,
good grief, Daniel Macaulay.
right, off goes Nick Kerron through Riches, and Van Gool goes through. Wow, look at all those cars at the hairpin.
Oh, Macaulay's in a really bad situation here, and apparently in a radical car. Don't worry, Woody, I got him in a Duff Beer car as well. I think I need to take the paints.
I don't take this. Don't take too much notice.
Thompson's taking the lead. Somehow.
To the lead.
Thompson's got it done. Where did he get it done though? Was it through Brundle and into Nelson's? Yeah, it was.
Through the bomb hole and into Cora. Never forget when we found out about the naming convention of that corner. Safe to say, it surprised me. As you've got Thompson, who's got a bit of an advantage, not really a lot. Clay up to the back of number 14. Thompson thinks about defending into Riches. He might have to move to the middle of the road here. McClay's going to be brave if he throws this one in on Thompson. Thompson's not the easiest guy to pass, Adam, just for that reason. He's very late on the break.
Yeah,
McClay's very good. That's the thing. He knows he can match Thompson in terms of slowing the car down.
Very quick drivers here as well. Steve Hefford's has proven himself in this car in pretty much all the seasons that we've been showing the MX-5s here on Apex Racing TV.
It really suits Hefford, Alex, doesn't it? The car compared to the Kia, where he was always okay in the Kia, but nothing ever special. But in the MX-5, he's right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, isn't it? How some people.
He's off. Oh no.
Yeah. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. It's just crazy how some people just gel with other cars better than different ones. So.
But you saw me trying to drive the Beetle last week. So.
This is why people talk about iRating per car. And I think that should be brought in.
They're onto something, aren't they? Because there's some cars that I'm very good in, and there's some that I'm absolutely useless in. But
yeah, I'm not a 6,000 iRating in the Lotus 79. I suck. So, and I tend to avoid that car for that reason. If it put me in at the starting point, so I could get used to it again, then it'd make more sense. But there's no way I should
other people who are getting used to the car.
Yeah.
Which is just how it is. It's a fantastic idea, and I'd never really thought about it like that. But in the Kia, I'd be quite a high I rating, but in the rallycross cars, I'd be useless. Yeah, I think it's great, and to be honest, it's better
Stevens
that
on
way.
Rizzo, side by side. Sorry, a little bit of contact there as well.
It's better that way, Alex, anyway, because then at least if you are useless in a certain car, then you'll find other people who are either new to the car or useless as well, and you can have a good race with them.
That's the way a ranking system should work.
Exactly. But that's why the I ranking points are important, because you know, it truly does give the measure of who's one of the best all-rounders, really. Unless you're Martin Cronk and you win 15 WCS races, but we'll see what that will bring him in the points if he does win a few races. I'm sure he will win a few.
Probably all of them again. I don't know, maybe the Road Pro Series champions.
Oh, you would have been no fun in 2004, would you, when Michael Schumacher was winning it?
Oh no, I was very happy. I was very content at that season, to be fair. Yeah, lap 9, about to start lap 10. We've got 2.5 minutes to go here.
Well,
in the opening race.
It wasn't as bad as the 2013 season when.
Oh no, I wasn't happy with that one.
If Vettel got to the first corner first, it was done and dusted. Now then.
I was loving that season up until after Silverstone, then it all went downhill.
Now, into Wilson this time. And then taking the left-hander onto the back straight is McClay. He's now soaking up the pressure from Steve Hefford, and Hefford's much closer to him than he is to Josh Thompson.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a really good finish here.
As the advertising board conveniently gets in my way, there's a spinner at the back, and I think it's Broughton Grant. I think he's ended up in the wall, and he has.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Oh, Hefford off. He tried to get by. He's trying to find some grip, and he hasn't got any. But he's able to get back on, but he has lost second.
Broughton Grant just lost the rear coming onto the Bentley straight.
Yeah, Van Gool versus Jack McIntyre. Those two are right with each other. And looks like Van Gool's got the better of him. I think. Yeah, he has. And that is Van
just
Gool.
Ahead of the reigning champion.
Is Richard Warmingham versus Nick McCarron and Lee Clark as well. And an Aero Nom as well. One of the biggest movers in the field. 17 positions gained. He was racing last night in a Mustang. Having in a Mazda here today.
A decent race for Nom.
Could have won it. If it wasn't for the strategy.
Hefford's looking racy right now. He wants his second spot. I think Thompson's away. Minute to go.
Nom, my memory was a bit cloudy at 3 o'clock in the morning, but Nom finished second, didn't he? So
yeah.
Still a good performance. I mean, Mike Dam's an absolute master in that car. So. Right. Very difficult to beat, but here comes Hefford, who's also difficult to beat indeed in this MX5.
I think we might get one more lap in after this.
He having a go into Brundle. He is. And Nelson on the outside, got enough momentum there, Steve Hefford, to get past George McClay, so up into second for Hefford. Good work by him.
Been trying that the last few laps, but kept going off. But this time it is the chant.
Can he do anything about Josh Thompson? That is the key. Alex, what do you reckon? About 1.5 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's too little too late now, I'm afraid. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up that in 1 lap.
Right, are we going to get another lap in? Yeah, we are. 5 seconds to go. We are going to cross the line with literally about 1 second left on the clock. There we go. Last lap.
Hefford really furiously trying to break the toe. I've noticed nobody's really taking the track limits into account coming out of Murray's at all.
Oh, it's ridiculous, really.
I hope that the race organisers do have a little look at that, because that is a bit silly. Definitely gaining an advantage doing that.
Especially if you look at Kota, where we were for the Ritmatech last week. Hilarious, really. Onto the back straight we go then, for the final time. Oh, and Graham Hill bend at Brands. That was another thing that me and Alex had a rant about last week when we were doing the Ritmatech. Gap has come down. Imagine. It was 1.2 seconds between Thompson and Hefford. It's down to 8 tenths. May get down to about 6.
Greg Jones and Kafenku side by side. Kafenku was taken to the grass to try and get through, but it's Thompson by less than a second now.
It's gone back up to 7 tenths as Hefford runs just a tiny bit wide on the exit of Nelson.
But it's into Coram now for Thompson. Only got Murray's Bend to come. 2 corners, 2 tracks incidentally in the world with Murray's Bend as the final corner, including Bathurst. But here comes Thompson out of the final corner. Checkered flag is out. Who's going to get there between Hefford and McClay? It's going to be Hefford, but it's going to be a victory for Josh Thompson. Takes race 1 here at Snetterton. Good work by him. Hefford in second, McClay third, and then it is Rizzo in P4 ahead of Stevens.
It is. Now here comes everyone else. Smith, Macaulay, Hackerson, Murray, all very close indeed. I think Macaulay got Smith on that last lap.
Nom got Warmingham as well at the very end.
Close scrap going on here between Adam Hedgecock, Joe McDonald and Michael Barry as we come through the final corner. Then Coram into Murray's. We're mentioning
damage, Adam, and
oh yeah,
28 Joe McDonald trying his oh dear. Michael Barry braked as he tried to come back onto the track. He might lose out to Richard Gafenko, who's got a bit of a head of steam here. It's going to be quite close, but I think he's going to get there, Barry. Over comes Jones as well, and Ayres. Roti. Just waiting on Robert Lundgren. Guess who? Because
that's just shameful.
He never seems to catch a break, Alex, at all.
No, never does he, poor Robert.
And
he's coming back though, doesn't he? Good on him.
I remember when he first started racing in our broadcasted series. He did seem sometimes like a bit of a liability, but I can't recall him actually causing any of these incidents that he's had over the last maybe 6 months or so.
No, not for a while.
So he's doing well, and he's just not getting any rewards. I do enjoy the fact that he's number 23. That's one of my numbers that I like to run, so I'm rooting for him. But Adam, if you can take us through the finishing order as the cars make their way back into the pit lane.
Yeah, they're going through Murray's again. You couldn't really get polar opposites. One's racing around a mountain, one's racing around a part of the country where there are no mountains. But yeah, we're running through the finishing order. Josh Thompson takes the win. His first win since his first race 1 victory since the opening race at Brands Hatch, which then got annulled. So first win in race 1 of the season for Josh Thompson. Second for Steve Heffer, George McClay finishing in 3rd, Rizzo 4th, Stevens 5th, then Johnny Brandon in 6th, Daniel McCauley in 7th, Anwar Smith 8th, Ben Hackerson finishing in 9th, and 10th for Law Murray. Luke Clark finishing in 11th, 12th for Nick McCarron, just fell back a little bit during that one. He did start inside the top 10. Then 13th place for Ferrero Nom, didn't set a time in qualifying, started at the back in 31st and climbed all the way up to 13th place. 18 positions gain there for Nom. His experience in the Mazda MX-5 coming in handy there. Richard Warmingham 14th, McIntyre as well, coming in 15th place. Won a MX-5 title last season, I think, and that helping him move his way through the field there. Pierre Van Gool was in 15th place for the majority of the race, but did get passed by McIntyre in the closing stages, finished in 16th. And Jamie Ayres 17th, he too didn't set a time in qualifying, but did climb up the order. 18th for Max Wright, then Benjamin Mears and Adam Broughton Grant. Adam McNally started 4th, but dropped down to 21st by the end. He had that spin on the opening lap of the race, and then followed home by another Adam Hedgecock in 22nd, then 23rd for Joe McDonald, Michael Barry, then Richard Gafenko, Craig Jones, Nicholas Rotti, David Ayres, Robert Lundgren, and then the cars are 1 lap down or more. Alan McCain 1 lap down, so if we do get a full, it'll be him on the pole. Then the cars that didn't finish the race: Lee Berridge, Teddy Clark, Brian Holmes, that's a surprise. He got turned around by Max Wright, of course, at Wilson. And then Carl Hardy 12 laps down, and Nathan Davis didn't take the start after setting a alright time in qualifying. He was going to be 14th on the grid, but he didn't start.
Oh, I'm not quite sure why that is. But yeah, he didn't get going at all. Alex has got the reverse grid wheel handy, and first appearance for the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I know it isn't rocket science, but there are new viewers to the stream. Welcome along. Thank you for joining us. Whichever number Alex draws will be the car driver who goes on to pole position for race 2. What you got for us, mate?
Yep, just bringing the wheel up now. Here we go. Right, let's give it a spin.
He's sensing a full here.
Oh, I don't know. It hasn't come out, has it, for the first race for a little while? So yeah, maybe. Right, cue the Wheel of Fortune music as well for those that don't know.
There you go. That's it.
All could be in play, I have to say. It's going to be close, either 23rd or full. Don't think it's going to make it. 23rd it is.
23rd is Joe McDonald. He's going to be starting on the pole for this one. Then it's going to be the 2 Adams, Hedgecock and then McNally respectively. And then a 3rd Adam as well. Adam Broughton Grant in 4th. Then Benjamin Mears in 5th.
Right, well, that should be an interesting grid at the start of race 2. And we'll be back for that in about a minute's time here on Apex Racing TV. So stick with us. There's 3 more rounds to come in the iRacing British Sim Racers MX5 Winter Series.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made, 56 slides it into 4, who's gonna be at the stripe, dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
On the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV and the BSR MX5 Winter Series from Snetterton in the UK. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath and Alex Simpson with all the action on this great circuit in Norfolk. And Adam, well, we've just seen a rocket launch in the break, and so we'll be blasting off with some great MX5 racing in this second race.
Yeah, we were watching the Rocket X taking off. That was pretty good to see, and yeah, sending a Tesla off to Mars. Well, hopefully no one else in the BSR MX5s gets sent off there. I think Alex may have been sent off there, you know, in
Le Mans.
Le Mans, but
he still hasn't come back down. Still waiting for him to land in the sea somewhere off of China.
Hopefully we don't. Well, hopefully we don't get that in race 2. Here we go.
It's Joe McDonald on pole position anyway. Adam Hedgecock alongside him for Boosted Motorsports. Oh, McDonald's disappeared. But McDonald's not going to make the start, I don't think. Hedgecock then on pole. We're away. The lights is on. Good start by Adam McNally actually from second place, what was effectively second. And I mean, not sure about the into turn 1. Reaches McNally through. Hedgecock to Adams, and then Adam brought Grant behind. Adam, why aren't you out there?
Would have made it the perfect 4, wouldn't we?
Oh, a bit of contact, bit of neck code between McNally and Hedgecock. Mayes and the Momo cars, off goes Van Gool. Good last look for him. Bentley straight with 3 or 4 wide here. Luke Clark's having a look on car 8, Nick McKerran, and then behind them is Johnny Brandon. Look at the swarming pack. It's like Pocono or something. Johnny Brandon's made it 4 wide into Brundle, and he's taken a lot of them. Oh, and up on the curb, but Nelson goes Warmingham. He just about survives it. Oh, now he's got the boosted car on the inside. That's Hackerson, I think.
Good start by Hackerson. Had a good race one as well.
Mears on McKerran. Ahead of... No, in fact, that's McKerran on Mears. And McKerran now using a bit of grass, but getting through nicely. Max Wright and Aero Nom fighting over P6.
Start by Nom as well. Started 11th. Now trying to go around the outside as we go through the first corner. That's very close, isn't it?
It was pretty close. And into Wilson then. Are we going to see anything from Wright here? Nom, the Estonian, going to get it into the hairpin. First of all, he does. He's a bit of opposite lock there, Alex, as well as the car getting a bit out of control.
Yeah, collected it up nicely. Just having a little look further back, see how some of the guys coming through are doing. It seems to be okay, actually.
I have to say,
Joe
Cameron's
McDonald
not
got
the best
underway,
here.
so I don't know if that was a penalty or something that he was having to serve.
Well, it was an interesting tactic disappearing just before the green light, but
yeah,
I don't think it's actually done him much good. But yeah, cameras aren't much cop round this track, I must say.
Yeah, unfortunately, smaller tracks don't get the kind of love, do they? The
the different layouts.
So yeah.
I'm sure New Hampshire Road next week will have the same.
I don't think there's a lot wrong with the 300 layout, Adam. From what I remember, it seemed quite decent.
Oh jeez, just
New
on board
Hampshire
with
Road?
Adam Broughton Grant. He just come up so wide off the final corner there.
Oh, Thompson, Rizzo and Clark. No. Down the main straight, Mears and Warmingham just in front, and they're going three wide in front of them as well. It's Max Wright.
McKerran and that in the middle. That's
Brandon. Oh, look at this fearless Johnny Brandon. McKerran hits it. Oh,
they both go off. There's a field on the exit there. Oh, they're back across the track. Somehow they don't connect anybody with them.
Okay, so just so that everybody knows then, McNally leads. Broughton Grant second, Ayres in third, Jamie Ayres that is, Adam Hedgecock in fourth, fifth is Jack McIntyre, sixth is Nom, seventh Wright, eighth Hackerson and ninth Brandon, but I think Brandon's got something to say about that. Probably going to go up into eighth place here at the expense of Ben Hackerson, you would think. It's
Rizzo. Rizzo's been off, but we'll worry about that in a moment, because look at all these cars flying into Nelson's and Brundle.
Oh, Hackerson up the inside. Oh, I'm amazed there wasn't any contact there.
That sausage curve
contact into Nelson, isn't it?
That sausage curve on the inside doesn't help matters.
Oh, Brandon's on the gravel. Thompson's having a look on Warmingham. You can't go around the outside in Coram, can you? Or can you? Might be. He might be doing. Oh no, he's not. Wisely using Murray's as more of a setup point, I think, Alex, than an overtaking place, these drivers.
Yeah, I think that's the way you can get that run out of there nicely.
Have a long we go then.
Look at this gaggle. It's almost as long as that rocket, the Falcon Heavy.
It starts with Max Wright, doesn't it, and then goes back as we go too wide again. This time it's it's Luke Clark versus Heffen, I think, as we go into the braking zone. The Duff Beer car at the inside.
Thompson through as well. It's good stuff, this, out there on the circuit.
This is classic racing.
Everyone's still running as well.
Yeah, everyone down to Peter Van Gool in 33rd position. He has lost 25 positions, him and Joe McDonald. McDonald got going again as well, even though he didn't take to the start.
Pedal to the metal, flat out.
Down the Bentley straight they are. Oh, it's heating up here. This is Nick McKerran versus car 28. That is Richard Gafenku. After you, they're saying, as they go through the right-hander there, and they've got a whole lot of company as well as we go through the bomb hole.
8 and 28 then, and behind them is car 27. It's Benjamin Mears.
They've both just got past there. Don't know why he was going so slowly.
It might be a slow-down penalty, actually. Lord Murray takes advantage.
How do you get a slowdown around here? It's
I don't know.
very difficult.
He can still cut the course in some places. I wonder if he cut the course at Nelson, maybe.
Maybe he went
Getting
straight on.
exciting just ahead of Thompson, guys. Sorry, it was just up on screen. They were coming by 3 wide
Oh,
across the line.
that was going to happen. Right,
Brandon. Oh, someone's off. Oh, into the
it's
wall.
Warmingham into the wall.
Thompson's right in the thick of this here as Hackerson goes way too deep
Oh,
into
and he just
Wilson's.
spun. That was just unassisted, Adam, that one. Richard Warmingham got on the curb through Riches. He's going to turn around the middle of the track. Oh, dear. That's terrible from Warmingham. And Teddy Clark is going to be furious with that, Alex. Well, he's going to be absolutely furious. He really is.
I just clicked away, actually, so I'll save the...
it's probably a good
I'll
job,
save
but
it for Warmingham.
he hasn't saved the name and shaming. No, that'll be a penalty, I can assure you that.
Oh, into... Oh, Max Wright clobbers the inside curb. 3 wide on the exit as we go towards the bomb hole.
And Hefford's trying to go around everybody here. On the outside of the bomb hole.
First time we've said it today, this might not go well.
I know, it might not. Indeed.
Through Coram they go. Hefford, if he throws it up the inside here, he's a legend.
Oh, right, hits Clark. Clark goes wide. Nobody cares about going wide there, though, so he's okay.
Oh, careful, guys.
McClay's trying the middle. It's not going to work.
Oh, he gets out of that.
And he's done the sensible thing. Decided not to chance his arm. Might have lost an arm. Might have lost the race.
Cuts off his nose to spite his face, you could say, perhaps.
Oh, no, he's just hit Smith.
Smith, yes. Thankfully, Smith doesn't go off. That car is very damaged there, Van War Smith. Now everyone's fighting for space again.
This is crazy out there, Alex. I don't know where to look, mate.
Me neither at the minute. I mean, it's crazy. It's good at the front. It's good in the mid-pack as well. I mean, it's just crazy. So
it's probably good at the back as well. We're just not seeing it.
Two Youth Energy cars working their way through nicely. Brian Holmes is up to 14th place. Sorry, he's not up to 14th place. He's up to 16th place.
McCain and McDonald, you see, they're battling over like 29th and 28th places, and they're pretty close together. And Craig Jones as well. So it's going all the way through the field. McCarran trying to go around the outside of Lord Murray. What a move that is! At Nelson by Nick McCarran. Brilliant driving, absolutely fantastic. And
what's he now having a look on Murray as well? It's just slipping places.
Murray,
who's that right behind? Kip Stevens going to try and follow through as well.
He was looking strong. Yeah, he was looking strong earlier on, Lord Murray. The bomb hole is the perfect place to follow through. If you get my reasoning.
Oh, I can't follow that. Onto the.
No, I hope not as well.
Oh dear.
Hopefully he'll be wiped up at the end.
We had to get 1 or 2. We had to get 1 or 2 in, didn't we?
Just takes it to a new low.
Never mind.
I'm sure that.
You thought we were above toilet humour in FX Racing TV? You would be wrong.
I'm sure the Mazda MX-5s will be leaving plenty of skid marks down at the bomb hole there. Right, onto the back straight we go.
Right, you win.
Brian Holmes versus Kafenku versus Anwar Smith versus Nick McCarran, and Nicholas Rotti's got the perfect vantage point of hopefully not a scene of devastation.
They will wish they'd worn the brown pants. I think Rotti's going for it. He's not to be deterred. No, I didn't mean it like that. Oh my God.
Was that unintended?
Never mind.
Was that unintended?
No, that wasn't a pun, I promise.
Adam McNally's taking the lead.
He's in the brown car as well.
Oh,
I can't rescue this, Alex. I really can't.
Look at the battle for the lead. We've got 2 by 2 down the front straight. I'm sweating here. Oh, go 3 wide.
That was not on purpose. Oh dear. Never mind.
First corner then. Adam McNally's taking the lead.
No. Oh, that's close. Really close with Jamie Ayres. Oh, Ayres nearly hits Norm. Rotten group trying outside. I think doesn't work, but bad effort. Now then, down the Bentley straight once more. They're not really closing up too much on Adam McNally, Adam, and
it's yeah, it's all switched around really, hasn't it? Broughton Grant tried to go for the lead.
Oh,
whoa! Nom throwing it
he
there.
was late on the brakes there, wasn't he? Oh, and they both go a bit wide.
Oh,
that means that they've gone very wide, and that means that Ayres is going to go through into the lead, and Nom has to get out of it, and Broughton Grant's through.
don't know what was going on there. It's either as if McNally failed to shift up a gear or something, because Nom arrived.
And then Nom didn't either.
And then Nom just crashed straight into the back of him. He slammed him from behind going into the bomb. Onto the front straight we go then, lap 9 of 12.
I really can't follow it at all. P2's under threat then, McNally and Broughton Grant. Broughton Grant trying to go around the outside into Riches, but can't quite manage it, and that's left Aeronom quite on the back foot now, Alex.
Yeah, just lost a little bit of time there, I think, as well. Just to keep on these guys. McIntyre will be with them, I think. If they carry on as they are.
Yep. They'll be tight at the front, I think.
Everything's sort of settled down a little bit,
yeah,
even in the middle. I mean, they're still close, but they've just got a little bit of gap now.
These were the cars that all started towards the rear of the field after the reverse grid. They've gained quite a few positions, that midfield. Thompson 16, Hefford 12, Holmes 18 positions gained.
Also managed to settle down in the commentary box as well, after some hilarity ensued in the middle of the race. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath and Alex Simpson with you for Apex Racing TV, the BSR Winter Series, MX5 Winter Series no less.
Getting closer and closer to the start of the Pro Series.
Oh yeah, we're looking forward to that actually. I have to say, BSR TC 2018. Oh, Nom's not. Oh, he's gone wide. Hasn't really lost any time though. That's kind of what we were saying in race 1 about the track extension at Murray's, Alex.
I think they seem to be able to get away with it here. Why is it always like the British tracks that you you can run a little wide?
Doesn't matter if you go off. Yeah,
doesn't punish you too much. Yeah.
Some type of grass or something. I don't know.
It is ironic that the MSA are literally one of the strictest track limits organisations in the world after seeing the penalties they were dishing out at Brands Hatch a few years back.
I remember they gave one to Sutton, didn't they? At Donington?
Literally, yeah, just putting one wheel or two over the.
Petty as anything, wasn't it?
I'll tell you what, the rallycross cars on Thursday are going to be using a lot of the grass on the exit of Murray's.
No, they won't care. They'll just skip Murray's altogether.
They'll take the old layout.
There. Now then.
3 laps to go then, or 2.5.
Four cars fighting for the win. Ayres, McNally, Broughton Grant, Nom. That's your top 4. McIntyre 5th, 6th Hedgecock, 7th Thompson, 8th Brandon and 9th Hackerson, and 10th is Steve Hefford. It's the front 4 that we're going to focus on.
Oh,
the last few minutes of the race.
I was just having a look at a battle further down the field. Nicholas Rotti's got the Youth Energy car behind of car 15 Anwar Smith.
Oh, this time. Sorry, Nom's going for 3rd. Because Broughton Grant, he made a mistake. He thought he'd run wide again, Alex. It seemed to... didn't seem to affect him last time, and actually this time didn't get a good run at all through there.
Look away for 5 seconds and the rule changes.
I wonder if there was a tiny bit of netcode there, because Nom just seemed to twitch right in the middle of the corner, unless it was just an oversteer moment, but it would have been unnatural.
Oh, someone's gone off into the field. Ben Hackerson going from a long way back onto the track.
A bit of damage as well on that.
Hey, well, it'd be great to have Croft on this on iRacing. There's loads of opportunities to go into fields there.
That was signed as well, wasn't it, Croft? There was wasn't Rockingham as well?
Mallory Park, I think, might even have been.
Yeah. Come on, let's get him on.
Into a track day at Mallory Park. That is a good place to watch some racing there. Especially the BSB. Shame that isn't on the calendar anymore. About to start the final lap of the race here. Jamie Ayres now the leader from Adam McNally. Final corner we go. We're going to get the white flag, and once again Jamie Ayres using all of the AstroTurf and dust and dirt on the exit of the track to try and make the car go as quick as he can. White flag's in the air, and it looks like that Adam Broughton Grant's just starting to lose a little bit of touch, as it's Jamie Ayres versus McNally versus Nom for the win. The first corner then. Into turn 2. This is Wilson, the hairpin.
Oh, I was going to say little tug from behind, and that was pretty sizable from McNally. Doesn't really push it though, does he? He lets Ayres take it back. So.
I wonder if this could give McNally a perfect run going onto the Bentley straight, or up through the gears. About to reach the top speed. Nowhere near the top speed of the rocket that we were watching in the commercial break, but here we go. Here comes Nom at the inside.
Whee. Must feel like 10,000 kilometres an hour at that point, but
McNally nearly runs into the back of him.
McNally, that's going to gift it to Nom there.
And he's going to lose out on the podium, is McNally as well. Broughton Grant goes through.
Oh yeah. Bomb hole he goes, and yeah, Broughton Grant through into third place.
I did briefly lose my microphone. Is this the last lap?
This is the last lap.
Here we go then. To the final corner at Murray's. Oh, that's just blatant. Blatant there, but Jamie Ayres has done a great job here. Fantastic from 7th on the grid. Takes round 2 of the evening.
Finish there. What's happened to Robert Lundgren and Nick McCarron? Down the order. Robert Lundgren, just something has to happen to him at every race, doesn't it? Nick McCarron gets going again as well. I wonder if the two collided and put it past them.
Even made it halfway around the final lap.
Oh, there you go.
And again.
Well, that was an attempted. That's disqualification for Nick McCarron, I think.
Bit of afters there. I think that looked. I hate to say it, but I feel like that second collision could have been avoided.
Well, just going to have a look at what happened quickly. McCarron at the inside of.
What was the first one? I didn't see the first one.
Oh, the first one is McCarron diving up the inside at the end of the straight, and they both go off. And then yeah,
and the second one's not great, is it?
And Lundgren, yeah, giving his 2 cents to him as they went into the bomb hole there.
The absolute beauty of it is that those two, Alex, could well be starting very near each other in the second race, because if there is a full reverse grid, in fact they'll be starting near each other no matter what happens. But if it's a full, it'll be at the front. I doubt anyone will survive. Adam, if you can take us through the finishing order just while the remainder come across. I think everyone's done.
Yeah, if we do get a full, it's going to be McCarron first, Robert Lundgren starting directly behind him on the second row of the grid. So, yeah, don't get any ideas. Jamie Ayres takes the win then. Second aero Nom. Then it's the two Adams, Broughton Grant, McNally. Thompson fighting through from 23rd to 5th. And Adam Hedgecock, who started on the front row, finishing in 6th. Jack McIntyre 7th, 8th Ben Hackerson, 9th Steve Hefford, and 10th for George McClay. Luke Clark in 11th place, Brian Holmes 12th, and Gafenku 25th to 13th. Holmes and Gafenku both having storming drives. Then Daniel McCauley, Anwar Smith, and Max Wright. Then Nicholas Rotti, Kip Stevens, Lorne Murray, and then Rizzo in 20th, started 20th as well. I think he did gain a few positions, but then had an issue on the Bentley straight. And Michael Barry, Peter Van Gaal in 22nd, and Benjamin Mears. Joe McDonald, the pole sitter. Did he take to the pole, or did he start from the pit lane? I think he started from the pit lane. And then Carl Hardy, Craig Jones, Alan McCain, David Ayres, Robert Lundgren, there he is. And then the car's one lap down or more. Johnny Brandon a lap down. Nick McCarron, there he is. I think he reached the incident limit on the final lap of the race. He did. So did Johnny Brandon as well. So the two cars that finished one lap down, both disqualified.
They hit each other in the first lap, didn't they? Or the second lap, I think.
Yeah. And then Richard Warming 8 laps down. That's as a result of the crash at first corner. No fast repairs in this series, by the way. And then
that was a result of his bad rejoin, was what put Teddy Clark out.
So. They'll be starting together at the back of the grid. They'll be starting together definitely at the back of the grid for race 3.
They might not make it past Rich's, Alex. We'll see. Reverse grid time then. You're about to make somebody's day or terrify them in equal measure.
Yep, let's bring it up, give it a spin. Just the fall again, I think. Very similar to last race, 24th it's going to be.
24th is Joe McDonald, and that is that's the pole sitter from race 2. The pole sitter again for race 3. Benjamin Mears, Van Gaal, Barry, and Rizzo round out the top 5.
Hopefully this time he'll be able to take the start with Joe McDonald, but we'll see exactly what he can do from that position in race 3 of the evening, which is coming up right after the break here on Apex Racing TV. Stay with us.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
In the outside contact made, 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Snetterton. Couldn't have timed it any better. We're 10 seconds away from the start, waiting for our pole sitters, Joe McDonald and Benjamin Mears. The front row of the grid is completely blank. And they're not going to take the start either. It's Van Gaal, then it's Barry, then it's Rizzo, then it's Murray. So third and fourth for P1 and 2 as they get a nice big run up to the grid. And a jump start as well for good measure. What a calamitous start this is. We're away. Michael Barry jumped the start before the lights went green. He's going to be having a drive-through penalty at the end of the lap. And Van Gaal leads. Rizzo's got a fantastic start up to second position already. And then it's Barry in third. Apex Racing TV with you once again. Adam Bath, Alex Simpson, Andrew Woodhousen. Hear me, what a crazy start this has proven to be already. And we're only gone through the first corner.
Yeah, let's wait. Oh, someone coming steaming in there as well. I just thought for a minute. Brian Holmes. Fortunately, there was a big gap that he was aiming for, and just a little bit of contact.
Oh, that's a
Hefford and
yeah,
Clark.
that
Was that the esteemed Holmes?
Oh. Well, heading down the back straight.
Is this like 4 wide?
Oh, goodness me.
I'm just focusing on that pack because that seems like where it's going to go all wrong if it is.
Have you got a nervous disposition?
McIntyre, good move.
Look away now.
Oh, that lovely move by McIntyre around the outside of Hackerson in Nelson's back.
Rizzo leads.
Trading Paint's doing its thing.
A sea of white as we go through the bomb hole.
It's Rizzo, then it's Van Gaal, then it's Murray, then it's Smith, and then it's Stevens.
Oh, Van Gaal taking a ton of curve there.
Who was that? I think that might have been McIntyre hitting the back of Luke Clark.
Wow.
Someone's off on the inside of Murray's. Don't know who it is. It's someone at the bottom. It's Teddy Clark, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, into the pits then we have
our guilty party, our jump starter.
Oh, good move into turn 1 by Nicholas Rotti.
Oh dear, Hackerson around.
Oh, it's Hackerson.
He was just wide there as well.
Oh, he's off.
By though, it was a Momo kart with a purple windshield.
McIntyre, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. Oh, look at this down the back straight. Steve Hefford's involved. That's all I can see, really.
Yeah, Macaulay's there as well.
Stevens.
Venku, Kip Stevens. Just ahead of them, you've got Rotti and Holmes.
Luke Clark's getting involved. Max Wright as well.
Stevens.
Oh, Stevens on 2 wheels.
Have it. He didn't get the best drive off the corner, did he? But it looked good.
Number 39 just storms around the outside of him there as he goes through the bomb hole.
It just named to flip Stevens nearly.
Oh.
2 wheels there, though, the former BSRTC champion.
Thompson up the inside of Stevens going into Murray's. That was a beauty.
Nobody's paying any attention to Murray's at all. Not the exit of it, anyway. Everyone's running wide.
And I think any 1X that they're picking up there, they don't really care, do they?
It is a 20. It is a
They've
20.
got enough, haven't they? And it's only a 12 that race. So.
Rizzo's still leading. No, he's not. He must have made an error in turn 1 because he was in the lead. Coming over the start-finish line.
Big crash. Everyone's off. Thompson involved. Car's flipping over. It's George McClay. He's on his roof. He's sliding his way into Wilson's.
Oh no, he's still going.
Max Wright's involved, car 9. Daniel McCauley's out of the race. What was going on there?
Good Lord, what is happening?
Right, let's see how it started then.
What on earth? I think it started in front of them, did it?
It started with McCauley making a mistake. That's what it is.
Yeah, he goes. Oh, he loses the car. It's McCauley. Alex, have you got this on the screen?
Just watching it on replay now. Yeah, watching
Thompson, innocent
McClay.
victim. Oh, McNally got a piece.
Everywhere.
McClay into Stevens, Stevens into McNally, and into Max Wright. Oh, dear.
Nowhere for anyone to go there, really, was it? So,
And George McClay goes for one hell of a ride.
His car still works. Oh no, it doesn't, because Teddy Clark just came in and gave him off.
Right then, what this all means is that we've lost 3 cars. Daniel McCauley, George McClay and Adam McNally all out of it here as we're on lap 4.
So it's who's in the lead now then? I've
Van
no
Gaal.
idea. Van Gaal,
yeah,
right.
Van Gaal.
That's it.
Oh, take that. Well, I was just watching 32, Richard Gafencu just barging his way past Steve Hefford going into Wilson. And that is Gafencu up into 6th position.
It's Van Gogh in the lead, then it's Rizzo, then it's Smith, then it's Murray. That's his top 4. Bit of a gap to Brian Holmes, but we know he can close those sort of gaps down. Gafencu and Hefford going at it once again then into Brundle. And Gafencu does have the inside for Nelson, but Hefford really clear and through in the Momo Racing car, number 17. So excellent driving by Steve Hefford. You can use this as a good opportunity to score some very valuable points, Adam.
It
I
is.
just wanted to say very quickly, we just watched that replay as well of that overtake from Gafencu as we jump back live and they're still going at it. Sorry, Adam, back to you.
Yeah, and Hefford able to blast back straight through on the Bentley straight. So that overtake from Gafencu didn't last for long.
Anwar Smith up in 2nd place now.
Oh,
so
yeah. 1.5 seconds off the lead though. He's got a bit of ground to make up. And here comes Murray.
Could he be playing rear gunner for Van Gogh?
It's the auto mech up inside the top 5 as well. With Lorne Murray here, trying to get past car 2, Brian Holmes. That'll take some doing. We know how good Brian Holmes is in these cars.
Holmes trying to get past Murray, actually, I think, Adam. And Holmes, we saw him. He was one of the ones who was up with the Larks in the middle of the night. The Rippertech Sports Car Series last night.
Didn't win because of John Allen.
He finished pretty well, didn't he? Yeah, John Allen, absolutely brilliant race for him.
Oh,
and Murray's gone onto the curb, and Holmes nearly crashed into him. As a result, Hefford was really high on the curb as well.
Hey, what we need not kill on iRacing, then we'd see a whole lot more of that.
You can see them all over the place.
Oh, the computer on the original R Factor are bad enough on not kill. I don't know how everyone else would be.
I mean, not kill would be great.
Oh,
Laser scan version of it would be fantastic.
Gafencu spun.
360
degree, and he gets going again.
Keeps going. Are you Pete Harrod in disguise?
No, I know that Not Kill's going to be on this year's TCR UK Championship calendar.
Well, that'll be good. Classic circuit. That's a very short circuit, but a good one. Oh, somebody, and it's Morton Grant. He's made a right mess of turn 1, and he's somehow managed to keep it pointing in the right direction. I'm not quite sure, Alex, how he managed that.
No, me neither. Great, you saw that slide started right off.
He's missed the hairpin, and I think he's got clobbered by Thompson, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did. I thought he was going to give some payback to the wrong person then, as they went into the corner.
Hackerson is at the back of this group now as well. He's in 18th place, Ben Hackerson.
15 positions gained by Aero Nom up to 8th. Yeah, Ben Hackerson trying to get those positions back after the crash at the first corner.
Tom's gobbling up those places.
Nom nom nom. Nicholas Rossi is in front in 7th place, 1 position ahead. And
when you're seeing food everywhere,
you don't want to
be
eating anything rotty, do you?
I know, but if you eat a roti, then that is good.
Yeah, that is very good, actually. Yeah, going into the first corner then.
Oh, we're hungry, can't you, ladies and gentlemen? Must admit.
Hungry and tiredness. A dangerous mix. Going into the cheeseburger.
To Wilson then, and Nom is not far behind Roti, is he?
No, he's going to get a decent tow here down the front straight in the TBR liveried car. Brian Holmes has just taken 3rd off Rizzo as well, so we'll have to look at that in a minute. Holmes up 10 positions to 3rd.
Yeah, I think we saw that at the front of my picture as well.
Hackerson and Adam Broughton Grant, they're all sort of side by side at the minute, looking.
Yeah. 15th, 16th, 17th, Hackerson through.
It's looking super interesting. Morton Grant trying to recover after his spin. He's done the smart thing and just holding back a little here. Hedgecock, a bit of a mistake. Kind of boxed in his teammate as well. Ben Hackerson just behind Thompson. Bomb hole then. Not going to try Broughton Grant. Is he 3 wide into corner? That would have been suicidal. as the leader. Oh, maybe it might be lap traffic actually going very, very wide coming out of Murray's. Oh, Hedgecock's around.
Just when I left him as well, spin there for the boosted car, he gets going again. Only losing a few positions actually, only Lundgren's been able to get by him, so he's down to 20th place now.
Just lost the rear there, Adam, and Hedgecock not going to be happy with that one.
Right then, at the front it's the two teammates, Van Gool, Smith, Holmes. In fact it's the three teammates. It's a 1-2-3 for Youth Energy at the moment. I know they have a live stream going on the Facebook, so as do we. So don't whisper this too loudly, Alex, but I think Lundgren might be able to make it to the end of this one without anybody hitting him off.
Well, fingers crossed. I'm going past Rotty.
Yep, going into Nelson's there, so he is through, but I think he is that is where he's going to be now for the rest of the race, unless something kicks off, because the gap between him and Hefford is about 3 seconds, so I think he's going to be getting there inside the next 4 laps.
Getting 15 places here in a good race. Johnny Brandon with 19 places, Richard Warmingham likewise as well, so excellent excellent performances from them coming through the field. Smith's closed in on Van Gool, it's now 7/10. Holmes is closing the gap, he's gained about a second, Alex, in the last 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, what's it, 1.9 now, so 4 laps. Oh, he might do, if he can just get that 1.5 so he gets the draft as well. He might be there. I mean, it's looking good, isn't it, for Youth Energy, 1, 2, 3 at the minute.
1.7 behind Smith is behind Holmes. But you've got to wonder if they'll try and if they'll really want to rock the boat too much when they actually get there, because you would think, Adam, that they'd kind of just be happy with potentially this position.
Yeah, you'd think so. Not too many teams have got 1, 2, 3s in any BSR series before. You had Apex at Watkins Glen in 2015. You had Pete Newman Media as well.
And, wasn't it?
If they mess this up, you can imagine they'll be torn a new one as they go through the bomb hole there. And now into the final corner of Murray to start lap 10, 3 to go.
They'll be the butt of the joke. I think if they do, well, Youth Energy have got a history of crashing into each other, actually, Alex. So it's not all done and dusted quite yet.
Oh yeah, this is true. This is true.
Hopefully it won't be the same.
Very close together right now.
Oh, it's the Formula E race.
Rizzo,
and look, Rizzo's
moving around.
Weaving around.
What's about?
Weaving around. Not really the best tactic, I don't think. Although, having said that, it's gained about half a second due to that nonsense. Lord Murray having a good race once again. He seems to be at home in this car, Adam, as well.
Doing pretty well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's had a decent season. Let's see where he sits in the table, actually, because I think he's been doing fairly well. He's in 7th place. He's the leading AM driver, so by 74 points he was before the meeting tonight. Yeah, Murray strengthening his position in the AM category. Arguably, could even the next BSR MX5 season potentially be in the pro category, because I think he's good enough, definitely.
Got quite a few drivers that are probably going to be making debuts in the pro category for the pro series once it gets going. Ross McFarlane, another one.
Oh, not for the pro series in the touring cars, but in this series, I think, when it starts again. It's like Alex was saying, different cars suit different people. But yeah, I agree with you on McFarlane, by the way.
Well, 2 laps
1,
to go.
2, 3. Yeah, they're all there, line stern now.
Yeah, 8 tenths separating the top 3.
Coming up to lap a TBR car, and that's Alan McCain. He's got all sorts of problems out there.
Yeah, I was worried then for a moment, wondering that something may have happened to Tuero Non, but he is still there. Yeah, it is his teammate that's getting laps.
McIntyre and Warmingham at the hairpin. McIntyre staying ahead. Warmingham really putting the pressure on the reigning champion. Thompson, Gafenku, Hackerson, Broughton, Grant and Wright, they're still pretty close together. We're going to get Only one lap to go. Only one more lap to go when we come round.
Thompson just darting about on the straight, trying to disturb the slipstream. Here comes Hackerson, and here comes Gafenko as well. He's out of control. Hackerson's very late on the brakes, and he somehow makes the corner. That was brilliant, and he's now passed Gafenko into 15th place.
Van Gool coming round Coram with just 0.2 of a second lead. So you what? Are we going to say? What do you think, Alex? Do you think we're going to see anything on this lap, or do you think it's just they're just going to look after each other here, these youth energy boys?
Yeah, I think they'd be shaping each other up a little bit now if they were going to. So I think they
mistake
might.
by Van Gool.
They might just play it a 1-2-3.
I mean, I would. Definitely would. If gets a good run though. Going to have the slipstream. Van Gool's having to defend this. You know, he's trying to disturb the slipstream of Smith. Don't think Smith. I think he's lifting Smith. I don't think he's bothered. Going to let Van Gool have it. I think unless he has one dive into Murray's on the last lap, Adam. I think it's done and dusted.
And see then. Not long to go. I think the win is safe for Van Gool, I think, unless he gets an appalling run. They are closing in on him, to be fair, as they go through Coram. Wouldn't put it past possibly a late drag race to the line. I think we just got enough of a front straight for it to happen. But I think Anwar Smith's going to be worrying too much about Brian Holmes, and they can probably get a formation finish in here as they come to the line.
Here we go then. Round 3 of the evening in the BSR MX5 Winter Series. Goes to the man who started in pole position effectively, Peter Van Gool. Taking the win, excellent job.
Great win by Van Gool.
Second.
A rare win as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant for Van Gool. He gets, I think that's his 3rd win of the season. It is indeed, so having a really good season. It's tied for the most wins in the championship actually with Aero Nom, Steve Hefford and George McClay on 3.
His wins coming at Mid-Ohio. And at, I'm guessing Monza and here, so 2 wins in the last week. Oh no, he won at Road Atlanta, there we go, that's where his other win was, Road Atlanta short, so getting another win here today.
Now, Hardy might have his hands full at the final corner with Stevens here. Closing up. Not able to do anything though, Hardy's going to get over the line in 26th, I believe that is. Stevens in 27th, and David Ayres is going to be the last man through Murray's. Going to take the final spot, which will be the full position. Adam, if it comes.
Yeah, 28 for David Ayres as he comes across the line there. Everyone else out of the race, so definitely going to be him if we get a full. Just looking at where Joe McDonald is, if he wants to make it 3 out of 3 with reverse grid poles, Alex is going to have to roll a number 25, or spin a number 25.
Can I just say,
that
was not a good race if you're a Mac, was it?
Donald, McCauley, McClay, McNally.
They were the only people who retired. Oh dear. Well, never mind. We get the return of the Mac in the next race, though.
And they all end in Y as well.
Oh, apart from McCain.
Oh yeah.
But he can be McCaney for this purpose. But yeah, he'd be a bit annoyed with that actually. I don't know what exactly happened to McCain, but he looked like he was suffering with some damage. Well, Adam takes to the finishing order. That was a good race.
Entertaining one and a very good race if you were a Youth Energy fan or driver. Van Gool wins, 2nd Anwar Smith, 3rd for Brian Holmes, 1, 2, 3 there for the team. Then Steve Hefford 4th, Rizzo finishing 5th, he started 5th as well. Then Aero Nom fighting his way through the field up to 6th place. The only reason why he hasn't won any races today is because whenever he gets up there, he's got to be put back down the order again for the reverse grid. Lord Murray 7th, 8th Johnny Brandon, 30th to 8th. Another great drive from him. Then Luke Clark 9th and Jack McIntyre in 10th. Richard Warmingham 31st to 11th, so 20 positions gained. And Rotti in 12th, 13th Jamie Ayres, Hackerson in 14th place. Jack McIntyre just apologising to him for the contact they had at the first corner. Josh Thompson finishing in 15th, 16th Adam Braun Grant. And Max Wright, who was involved in that huge crash on the first corner. Richard Kafenko in 18th, 19th Robert Lundgren. He actually finished the race and gained 10 positions as well. I don't know if this will continue through to race 4, but the end is near. Adam Hedgecock finishing in 20th, Ben Mears in 21st. Didn't take the start either. The front row of the grid didn't take the start. Teddy Clark finishing in 22nd. Then Michael Barry served his jump start penalty and finished in 23rd. Judging from the results between him and Benjamin Mears, he shouldn't have taken the start either, because it looked like from Mears, if he failed to take the start, you beat a person that jumped the start. Craig Jones finishing in 24th. Then our pole sitter Joe McDonald. He didn't take the start either. Then Carl Hardy, Kip Stevens finishing in 27th. David Ayres, Alan McCain 5 laps down. And then, yeah, Macaulay, McClay, McNally all out of the race 10 laps down, and we're all involved in that big crash on turn 1 a few laps into the race.
Yeah, and we thought there might be a bit of potential, Alex, for some multiple car get-togethers, and indeed we've had a couple, but I wonder if there'll be more potential with the reversed grid and what that brings. And Joe McDonald's going for 3 poles in one, 3 reverse grid poles in one meeting. I don't think that's ever been done. I think we've had 2. I think we've had someone who was on pole for race 1, who qualifying and then got drawn out on pole twice. I don't think anybody's ever had 3.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think we have. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Right, let's bring the wheel up and give it a spin, and we can get him.
We're looking for 25 for Joe McDonald.
Yes. There it goes. I don't think it's not going to be anywhere near, I'm afraid. It's way up there. We're close, but 20 seconds. We've missed him. It was so close to 26. It's been second then. 22nd it is.
That's Teddy Clark that's going to be on the pole. Then Ben Mears second. We'll see if he takes the start this time, because he started second. He was supposed to start second for this one. Then Adam Hedgecock starting in 3rd. Lundgren starting in 4th, and Richard Kafenko starting in 5th.
Well, I reckon it's going to be a really good final race here, and there's some names at the front who, it'll be for a bit of a break from the bad results. So we'll see what happens to them when we come back on Apex Racing TV. There's one race to go tonight. I'm sure it's going to be a cracker. Stay with us here.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
On the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
He joins on the grid for the final time here at Snetterton in the BSR MX5 Winter Series. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath and Alex Simpson with you. And Alex, well, it's been quite an interesting meeting. It's been a good track for racing, and so we're going to get some of the same here in race 4.
Yep, 3 good races so far. Looking forward to a fourth. Much the same. I think a great choice of track again, and that's why we've had such great racing.
See the telephone box just on to the right of the grid. They've got the same angle as I have, but
that's it. Teddy Clark on pole. Will he be needing to phone a friend on this one, or will he be laughing all the way to victory lane? We'll see that any time now as the red lights come on here at Snetterton for the 4th time tonight, the final time tonight. The green light is on. Good start by Clark. Already clear of Mears. Then it's Hedgecock. And Richard Gafenko up past Robert Lundgren into 4th. And then it's Max Wright. And then it's Josh Thompson around the outside of Lundgren as well.
Yeah, Lundgren trying to keep his paint dry at the moment. Going to turn 2.
He'll be helped out by Brock Grant on that matter, I think.
Oh dear.
Oh, there's a collision behind. Multiple collisions, in fact, I think involving Jamie Ayres, off was McIntyre. Oh, McIntyre, is his car broken, Jack McIntyre?
He's dropping down the order, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got problems, doesn't he? Rejoining the circuit.
He's got suspension that is really badly damaged for McIntyre.
Looking right rear.
And he's going to try and park that. Yeah, well, he parked that with some force into the Amco barrier, but
cut off for the lead. Look at this.
That's all they could do. Park versus Mears then. To the bomb hole.
The squeaky bum time there as hoping the right-hander.
Teddy Clark then leading a BSR race for the first time.
Oh, Nicholas Rossi's crashed.
First time in my knowledge anyway.
Where has he
Cock's
crashed?
been taken by Thompson.
He doesn't tell me he's crashed at the bomb hole. He's crashed on his way into Coram. He's got quarter panelled by somebody.
Who's going to lead the first lap? Is it going to be Teddy Clark? Oh, Hackerson. Hackerson spun. He's facing the wrong way on the main straight.
Oh, and someone's over. Someone's flipped over.
And Stevens' involvement. That was a big one, Alex. I think we missed it all.
Oh, it was a huge one. Let's see if we can get a replay.
It started. It started with Lundgren and Jamie Ayres crashing with each other. It was Lundgren who went over. Hackerson ended up spinning as a result.
Who literally hit him square on.
Later on, Stevens and McNally crashed together, did they?
Hardy.
Yeah. Just couldn't see, could they? Hackerson was stationary there. That's
Hardy. What happened to Hardy?
Hardy took off.
Further down the course, isn't it, that?
Oh, it's all kicking off for the lead again.
Yeah, Thompson for second place.
Thompson through then. Oh, look at them. That was fantastic there by Mears. He literally just clipped the big sausage curve and went along for the ride.
Oh, everyone's hitting the curve hard. Now it's just really one big pack now, Alex, because some of them have been dispatched to the pits.
Yeah, well, it's the most we've lost, isn't it?
Mears wide.
6 people out. It's a bit of a shame.
Broughton Grant, Alex, going for third.
Yeah, he's got the run, hasn't he? And I can't see that being contested.
Gafenku's gone.
Hackerson out as well.
Hackerson gone as well.
Slow.
Yep.
It was Van Gool. Could have been Smith, actually. I'm not quite sure.
Thompson wasting no time. He's right on the back of Teddy Clark here going into turn 2.
Clark's going to have to defend well here. Thompson can smell a win.
Another win. Won race 1. He wants to bookend the evening well.
See what he can do then, Josh Thompson. The slipstream of car 19.
There you go. That's
Clark
brilliant.
moves over extremely late. That's not great driving.
Well,
I've had Thompson off the track there.
got to racing with Josh Thompson at the end of the day, but then Thompson just does that round the outside, and there you go.
Although he hits the curb hard, Clark's going to get another chance. Broughton Grant might get a chance here as well. Clark really tries to squeeze Broughton Grant. It's not going to work. He's off onto the gravel. He's lucky he doesn't crash.
It's a bump.
He might end up crashing anyway. He's going over Coram. Does he rejoin safely? He does. Benjamin Mears having a look at Broughton Grant. He might go up into second. He fancies second place here, Mears. Broughton Grant's late on the brakes. And here comes Clark again. I think something's going to go on here. I can just sense it, Alex. You know when you get one of those feelings. I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't have clicked the replay button, because obviously everything's gone off afterwards. We were about 30 seconds behind, but we are going to see how it all unfolded.
Oh, there was all sorts going on.
Thank God when we'll get our new overlay system, which we're hoping is just weeks away.
Well, there we go.
Well,
excellent.
The reason why I was in favour of Teddy Clark's manoeuvre down the back straight was just because you had to play fire with fire, really, with Josh Thompson.
Hedgecock has hit Jamie Ayres. Jamie Ayres is off onto the grass.
Into the 300 lane.
I know what you're saying, though, Adam. I really do. But I thought he was very late.
Max Wright then. It's 2x2 here down the back straight. Max Wright versus Johnny Brandon and Aero Nom in there as well, I think. Is that just further up the road?
It's Brandon versus Nom. They've hit each other, then Wright hits Brandon. Brandon hits Nom.
Goodbye.
Nom goes off. That's probably the end of it for the Estonian. And the Hedgecock's off again. Oh, and Lord Murray's off. Murray's off in a separate incident.
How's he gone off there? That's before the bomb hole.
He went off after Nelson.
He got on the sausage curve and then, oh dear.
Yep, oh dear is right. Off goes Johnny Brandon. Here comes Max Wright, Alex, down the main straight.
Yep, just watching a replay of how Nom and Co got involved in that, but yep. Let's go back to Brandon. Hefford around there, side by side.
Hefford just nudging Max Wright down the main straight, but it hasn't really worked out for Steve. And behind them is Warmingham and Anwar Smith. So 2x2 again, Adam, into the Wilson corner.
Very close here. And yeah, good to see the Youth Energy car back up towards the front again with Anwar Smith. 1, 2, 3. He was part of the 1, 2, 3 in race 3. And now we're down the back straight again. It's Hefford trying to get past Johnny Brandon. George McClay's dropping down the order as well, by the way.
Thompson leads by 2.7 seconds. Sorry, Josh, you're not getting on the broadcast probably for the rest of it. As we'll see though.
Hefford.
Oh man, he got hung out to dry a bit there, did Hefford. Luke Clark's joined the party at the back of this group as well. And so has Daniel McCauley and Jamie Ayres and Peter Van Gool. Look at this group.
Oh.
Be quite interesting this. Brandon, Hefford, Smith. Then it's Warmingham, Clark, McCauley, Ayres and Van Gool. He's got to give here. Look, going through is McCauley on Luke Clark. Makes it. Clark now having to defend from Jamie Ayres. If he can do it, he's on the inside line. Oh, and late on the brakes from Clark. Kind of gave him a bit of the old Rosbergs on the entry to the corner, Adam.
Yeah, and look at the gap he's been able to build as a result of it. Yeah, he's all on his own now, Teddy Clark. He's left everyone else to fend for themselves really here. But once again, Hefford still stuck behind Johnny Brandon. Really long train here.
I'm a Nico Rosberg fan, but he did occasionally forget to turn into some corners.
I don't know what he was thinking there. Did try and defend him, but in the end, even I gave up on that one.
I gave up on the one where he just ended up driving straight on. Yeah.
Of course.
The one in Austria was pretty rubbish as well, to be fair.
I think his teammate did a whole lot more of it and got away with it.
Yeah, well, it was the previous season, wasn't it? I think as well. Oh!
Canada.
Here comes Smith then. But Smith versus Hefford. Two men who've won races this season. Smith with 2 wins and Hefford with 3.
First corner, then Hefford through. Well, he's trying to hold him back, isn't he? And Anwar Smith could be under pressure now from the car behind.
Hello.
Someone's off, it's Teddy Clark.
He's off into the field.
Exploring the scenery of Norfolk. And there's not much there.
No. Going to be trying to find the Norfolk Broads, Alex, I think, on that one. Not those kind of broads either, not the ones you're used to.
How'd that go?
Now then, down the straight into Murray's. Not Murray's, Brundle. Hey, me. Brundle's from Norfolk, isn't he, I think?
Yeah. Oh, that's off.
Who's off?
It's Van Gool.
Oh, no. What's happened to Peter Van Gool? Did he get a nudge here from Clark? Yes. Clark just understeered into Brundle's corner there and ended up going into the side of Van Gool. Van Gool's dropping down the order as well. Blow down penalty, Adam?
Yeah, or either that or he's still
severe,
recovering.
Just damage, because I mean, it didn't look like he was in a lot of trouble in terms of he didn't hit anything. Blow down penalty, it looks like for Alan McCain.
And Clark having to defend, this time from Johnny Brandon.
Brandon's going to send it here.
Oh,
good defence that time by Clark. This time he gave enough room, enough time, and Smith up the inside of Hefford. Good move. There's a bit of contact between the two in front, Clark and Brandon.
Yeah, I think he just found the right amount of space there, Anwar Smith, to get that move done. It looked very tight between the two of them.
Hey, that was good defending by Teddy Clark. He went just early enough that it was okay. What you've got to do, Alex, you've got to be aggressive, but you've got to go up. You have to make the first move effectively as the driver in front.
Yeah, you
can't react to the driver behind.
No, exactly. You know, we say that all the time, and that goes for the driver behind as well. You know, when you go for the moves, you can't half go for it. You know, you need to commit to it. So, you know, just as you need to commit to the defensive line. You know,
that is true. Now round Coram. Johnny Brandon breaking on the grass. Through there. Clark didn't get the best exit. Brandon partner's trying to take advantage, but he's kind of hung out to dry here, Adam, because he's not fully alongside and he's not got the momentum either.
He hasn't, and Hefford's giving him a very nice bump draft down the front straight here. Lap 9 of 12, 4 to go.
Oh, contact! Just a little contact, but he just sent Brandon offline. Oh no!
Swarming.
Smith hits Hefford.
Hefford hits Clark.
Where we're going with this, can't you?
Oh,
dear,
goodbye.
no! Brandon
Both of them.
Hefford, they've gone. They have gone, and they're dropping down out of the top 6.
Getting tight at the front again, you know.
It's got down to 8 tenths.
Well, I said Thompson might not get on the broadcast, and Adam Broughton Grant's done him a favour and got him some airtime because he's closing in massively here.
And while Smith and everyone else are still continuing the battle, even with the demise of Brandon and Hefford, here comes Jamie Ayres and Macaulay.
Oh, Broughton Grant nearly lost it. And I think that's the challenge for the race, potentially done and dusted. Terrible Murray's Bend for him.
Yeah, gap back up to 1.7 now.
Just lost the rear coming through the corner, Alex, and another half a second or more down the drain. As here comes Clark versus Smith.
Yep, 1.9 seconds now after that, so you might be right there.
He lost 1 second by doing that, and it did look like a big 1 second worth mistake, I must admit. Clark versus Anwar Smith, the man who was leading the championship earlier on the season, and before tonight's race meeting was in 2nd place.
He's on for a top 5 here. As things stand, he's got to hold on for another 2 laps after this one.
I'm impressed with Anwar Smith though this season. He's not giving up and he's really pushing hard. You don't want to push too hard though. Clark's obviously willing to go to the limits of the circuit.
He did move twice there. Did move a little bit. He did one move to the left and then he moved more over to the left as he went down the front straight there.
I think you're allowed to move twice in the same direction, is that right? Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think you can move to the middle and then right to the line.
You can continue your movement across as long as it's in time. I think it just was. I think Smith made the mistake, well, almost made the mistake of trying to go with him too much.
Well, he hits him there as they go through the final corner.
Very closely fought, isn't it? Jamie Ayres, the 4th man in this line. And behind him is Richard Warmingham, so he's joined the party too. Clark versus Smith again. Clark hanging on well in his, what I believe is his first meeting of the season.
Oh, this might not end well.
Clark has obviously done some real racing as well. Some BRSCC Mazda MX5 Championship.
Oh well, there
winner
we go.
Anglesey last year, so
nobody's doing in this car.
He knows the car.
Good track Anglesey. The 5th gear used to do their performance tests around it.
It looked like it was pretty fun. You could end up off a cliff face as well. Got too close to the edge. But this time Clark he's being very sensible. He's not defending fresh air, Alex, which is, like I say, someone who's an experienced driver in this car in real racing will they'll know when to defend and when not to.
Yeah, well, got to get used to obviously the the drivers that he's around, and sometimes he just wants to cover off, trying not to let people get moves. But yeah, they're quite a savvy bunch here, aren't they? So
savvy's an interesting way to put it. Only one more lap to go, Adam.
Yeah, last lap. Be a shame for Eddie Clark to miss out on this top 5 now after defending pretty well for the last 11 laps.
Be a shame as well for Broughton Grant if that costs him. That mistake costs him the second. Well, cost him a chance to challenge Thompson on the last lap, but Clark makes a mistake. Oh, and now there's contact between he and Smith. And look at Richard Warmingham, he sneaks through. Oh, he's been hit by Smith though.
Where's Clark gone? Something's broken, I think. Something's broken.
Oh, Clark's car is toast.
Broken front right. It will not turn.
Jamie Ayres has managed to go through. I think Aaron Om's managed to go through on him as well. Josh Thompson. Well, took a win earlier on tonight, and it feels like he's starting to get these wins back from the cancelled first meeting of the season as he comes through Murray's Bend Adam for the final time.
Yeah, great job by him. Once he took the lead, and never in doubt did it, and he won race 1. He's going to win race 4 as well, and what a crazy final lap it was behind. Here they go.
Another good race at Snetterton. Josh Thompson with the checkered flag ahead of Adam Broughton Grant. Broughton Grant with a great chase on in the last few laps. Benjamin Mears with 3rd place. Well done, sir.
Who's going to get 5th then? It's Daniel McCauley. He's going to get 5th. 25 positions gained.
Yeah, superb.
Very good job.
Superb job by McCauley. This whole order in the top 10 is going to be shaken up. Aero Nom finished 6th.
He was
absolutely
off in the wall, wasn't he, earlier?
He was in the wall, and he was absolutely nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Even on the final lap, Alex, I think he was 9th or 10th.
Yeah, well, he's good. We know how good
he is. Good, but I mean, the rest of them.
Can say, really.
The rest of them didn't really help themselves on that last lap, I must admit. But Rizzo's come across 15th. Warmingham, in the end, only 16th for Richard Warmingham. He's going to be annoyed with that, I think. Joe McDonald, well, penalties, I think, were costly to him. He got a couple of really high starts tonight. The poles, but nothing really after that. Look at the list of retirements, and Adam, it's going to be fairly short grid reading for you this time. It all fits on one page.
Yes, it does. Even on a big screen like this. Josh Thompson takes the win then. 2nd for Adam Broughton Grant. 3rd for Benjamin Mears. He didn't really lose any places in that one. Just lost the 1 after starting on the front row of the grid. So I think he'll take that as a good evening, especially on a podium as well. Max Wright 4th. Good evening as well for Max. Danny McCauley in 5th. As we mentioned, 25 positions gained for him. Then 6th Aero Nom. 7th for Jamie Ayres. 8th for Anwar Smith. 9th Luke Clark. And 10th for Steve Hefford. 11th for Johnny Brandon, 12th Lorne Murray, 13th Adam Hedgecock, then Alan McCain, 14th Rizzo, 15th, 16th Richard Warmingham, and David Ayres, Craig Jones, Michael Barry, Peter Van Gore rounding out the top 20, and 21st Jen McDonald, and in the cars 1 lap down or more, Teddy Clark. I think in the end he got disqualified, I believe, in the end. I'll just double check that for you, just so I don't misrepresent him. Yeah, he did get disqualified. In fact, quite a few cars were really pushing the limits for the incidents. Johnny Brandon and Hefford both 1 incident away from a disqualification. 1 lap down Teddy Clark, then George McClay, 8 laps down out of the race. Richard Kafenku as well, Brian Holmes, Ben Hackerson with that huge crash. In fact, I think everyone else was involved in it as well. Lundgren, no surprises there. Nicholas Rotti, Jan McIntyre, Carl Hardy, Kip Stevens, Anna McNally. Just for Robert Lundgren, by the way. We're not saying we're not surprised because of you. It's just because of a shocking look.
You could say that. If
look is an entity, it's not best friends
Robert
with
Lundgren.
Yeah, it's not good mates with Robert Lundgren. And that is the results from the final race of the day. And the next race meeting will be at New Hampshire next week, and a track that I think we might have called one Ritmatech Sports Car Series race from there once last year, but apart from that, can't recall too many other races that we've shown on Apex Racing TV here.
Very interesting one. Alex, it's not a very highly used circuit, shall we say, New Hampshire Road. But what do you know of it?
Yeah,
I know it goes outside the road.
Yeah, it does
go
outside the oval. And I tell you what, they've run it a few times on like the Skip Barber series, and actually it's not a bad little circuit. I think
Is it? Yeah,
that'd be interesting. See how that one pans out.
All right, well, that's pretty much all we've got time for here tonight in the BSR MX5 Winter Series. But you can join us again here on Apex Racing TV in 2 days' time for the Winter Series in the Rallycross cars. That's going to be on. And we're looking forward to that. It's going to be at this very circuit. So we will. So from myself, Andrew Woodhouse, from Adam Bath, and from Alex Simpson, we're going to see you next time here on Apex Racing TV.